8:15. Thanks for watching AM this morning. Now, with the cost of living crisis rising the way it is, you might think stay-at-home parents are having to get back to work to make ends meet. But for our next guest, the opposite is true. Take a look.
I'm a stay-at-home mum, and now that my twins are 10 months old, I'm asked more and more when I'm going to go back to work. But honestly, I don't think I could afford to go back to work because childcare is so expensive. Doing the maths, so it's $7 an hour for my son to be at in-home care and $11.70 per hour for my twins to be at a centre. All that means that basically I need to earn $26.70 per hour before tax just to pay for childcare.
Stay-at-home mum, a Kiwi mum, Anna Cattley joins us now. Anna, thank you very much for being with us. Now, that video we just watched was posted on TikTok. How many people have watched that now? What kind of response have you had to it?
So I think it's over 200,000 views now, which is crazy. But I think that, you know, it's a issue that is very real for a lot of families. So it was really relatable. So yeah, I guess that's why it's gone so crazy. So
what kind of job have you given up, for sake of a better term, but what kind of job were you doing before?
So I was doing a sales and marketing role, in sort of a management role, but I just found that, you know, with the cost of childcare, it's I wouldn't go back to that role. It just doesn't really suit our lifestyle. But, you know, if I was to find something else, you know, looking at the childcare costs, it would just not worth it, really. And when you come up with, you think of all the stress as well around working a full-time week and then having to come home and do, you know, the cooking, cleaning, housework, organise the kids, get them out the door in the morning and drop off. So it's just, I just think it'll be really stressful, and it's just not really worth it for us. You know, if I worked a full week, I might end up with $170 in hand at the end of the week, and that's just not worth it for us.
What would $170 pay for in your household in a week?
It would probably be a tank of gas, but I'd spend that getting to work and daycare drop-offs and all the rest of it, and yeah, so it's crazy the times that we live in, and yeah. And
yet our two main political parties are trying to address this. So Labour policy this month means two parents working 40-hour a week, earning $26, you'd be eligible for assistance of about $252 a week. National Party policy would be that families earning up to $180,000 would get $75 back in their pocket a week in a tax rebate. Would either of those things change your mind?
Possibly. I'd probably have to have a really good look at it, and then also just weigh up, not only, as I said, you know, working full-time and then having to juggle the family, but the other thing I think that's really hard for mums returning to work, and has come through a lot of people have contacted me and said is that when you go back to work and you've got 3 kids in childcare, like your children are sick every second week, I reckon. Like, so my son's at in-home care at the moment just for 3 days a week, because having twins as well was quite intense. So he goes 3 days a week, and when he started, he was sick like every second week. And I think if you're starting a new job, it's going to be really difficult to you know, manage that, and all the sick leave that you'd need, and what that does for the organisation. And maybe your colleagues might start thinking, oh, you know, she's never at work, and why does she even bother? So I think it's really, really hard for mums to get back into work after having kids.
This is a hard one for a mum to answer, but do you think your kids are better off with you at home? But as well as that, do you think you are better off at home mentally, or do you think that you'd be better off at work, or does that not come into your equation?
I think when kids are sort of like of an age, you know, closer to 3, it's great for them, like in terms of the socialisation. And I think it just depends on all the family dynamics, because some families work better when parents are working, and, you know, their mental health is a lot better when they're working, and the kids you know, well looked after in daycare and things like that. So I think it just depends on all the family dynamics. For me, I enjoy being with my kids for sure, but I do have to kind of have my own outlet, and I go to Mums and Bubs Fitness, and and I do wedding videography on the side and stuff. So that sort of keeps my mind ticking over. And I guess like from what I found out of this is that working in an office from 8 to 5 isn't going to suit our family lifestyle because it's just not worth it with the cost of childcare.
It's just such a hard decision to make for many families, isn't it?
Yeah. So
although
hopefully I can find
not when your finances make it for you. Stay at home Kiwi mum Anna Cattley. I'm sorry we have to leave it there, but thank you very much for your time.